Pat Mayo Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, powered by Underdog, but these are the Sony Open DraftKings picks and preview. Plus, we are debuting the new full tournament-long Underdog draft product, which I'm very excited to dig into. Ben Rasa, I explained the concept to you before the show. 6 people enter a draft. You pick 6 golfers for the entire tournament. That's it. They go by super fast.
I'm all about that. First of all, it seems wildly unsolved. Like, I don't know if anyone has a great strategy for this. And yeah, who doesn't love drafting? So I have not done one of these. We're going to do one on the show. I really am interested to see how this goes.
As I can assure you, I have no strategy for this except for pick 6 golfers I like and pray they make the cut.
All right. Well, that's step one. Just like all formats, we need to get the guys through the cut.
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing. I assume that most people who are really digging into the weeds of the Sony Open for DraftKings, at least, like know what they're doing. Would that be a fair assumption, or is there enough money left over from football that people are like, oh man, $50K to first, let me play that?
There might be some of that. You know, first tournament of the year, got a little extra money. There's no Thursday night football. Maybe we get some casuals. But yeah, I mean, golf snuck up on me. I'm not going to lie. I was not in golf mode until this week.
Well, we're having problems. I mean, I think everyone out there who's running a one and done contest is having problems filling it because we didn't have the Century to remind people that golf is back. It was canceled. So we're right around the 75% threshold in the race for the Mayo Cup right now. It's $250 per entry. You can have up to 10 entries. It turns out to be around $8 per week over the entirety of the season because you're playing from this week. It starts Thursday at the Sony Open and goes all the way through the BMW Championship. But at 75% full, I'm giving away a free entry to anyone who already has one. And then I'm giving away another entry on a brand new live show that I'm doing for this week. Maybe this week only. We'll see how it goes. But if you want to tune in with any questions that you have at, 8 p.m. Eastern time, Wednesday evening. I'll have it there. If you have DraftKings questions, I got you. If you have Underdog questions, I got you. General golf discussion, I got you on that front too. If you have betting questions, whatever it might be, tune into that. It'll be the final word on the Sony Open. Plus, on Wednesday morning, Keith Stewart and I will be breaking down the Brooks news. Because, Ben, I assume we could break down the Brooks news right now. I assume your take. Let me try to channel you for a second and see what your takes are going to be. It's fun having Brooks back. You don't care about the other stuff. Probably happy to see Dietrich and Ben An go to live so you don't have to lose money on them anymore.
Yep. It's very typical. I'm going to lose more money because Brooks is back, but that money that I'll save by losing those other 2 guys probably washes out. So I'm in the same spot that I would have been, which is probably pretty bad. But yeah, I don't really care about any of the other guys, to be honest.
So we'll have a full card breakdown. I'll release the newsletter post as well on Wednesday evening, just before that live show, with the final card of the week, the one and done plays, basically the cheat sheet for what you're looking for. I'll have some DraftKings ownership in there as well. It'll be all completely free, and you can find most of that up at betspertsgolf.com for free as well. The rabbit hole is over there. And you can get in on that. We'll have the Fantasy National / Rabbit Hole merger where you have access to both sites, hopefully by the American Express. They're beta testing everything this week. They want to make sure it works before they put it out to the public. Because, Ben, I've had problems with that in the past. I'm not going to lie to you, of releasing something early and then it just doesn't work.
Yeah, no, I know how that goes as well. I was complaining to you. I bought a new computer because my old one died, and I'm still working out the kinks of, do I have the right camera? Do I have the right settings? Now I have to wear these stupid headphones. It's not ideal.
As someone who, I don't know you that well, but you don't strike me as a big video game guy whatsoever, but you've quickly evolved into a guy who looks like he plays video games 23 hours a day.
Correct. And I couldn't play less video games than anyone. The only time I wear headphones back in the day in a past life is when I used to play poker, a lot of poker. But that's about it. Now I'm straight gaming. You play video games? You got video games up there? What's going on?
I play the Switch with my kids.
That's fair.
Because I stopped playing video games at PS1 and N64. So you can get the retro games that for $90 a year, you get a full subscription to SNES, N64. There's Sega Genesis games, regular Nintendo games. I've played these games before. I don't need to learn something new. The video games, they work too fast for me now. There's too much is going on.
Yeah, no, I peaked right in that same Sega Genesis style games. I don't need any of these crazy games. It's too complicated.
But by the time the good system started coming out, I was just trying to get laid every night and didn't have time for video games anymore.
Priorities, correct.
That's just what happens when you get to a certain age, I suppose. But we're here to talk about the Sony Open. Do you have any bets in so far?
I bet Chris Kirk.
Okay.
For reasons unknown. I think I'm gonna have to bet Rico because I feel like everyone in the world is doing that. I don't want to be left out. I don't know if you've done that yet.
I have not. I have not gone with Rico. I am under the impression that he simply cannot make enough putts to win this tournament.
That's fair. I might bet Denny.
Okay.
Just because if he ever won, my entire season is ruined, like in week 1. So I might have to put Denny on the card. But Chris Kirk was my first click.
I like Kirk. I saw his odds down to 35 to 1, maybe even 40 now. That just seems a bit steep considering I can bet. Look, I don't know if Spieth's going to win. He's probably not, but you can bet Spieth at 50 to 1 if you want. I can bet Aaron. There's a cool bet boost, coolbet.com. You're in Canada, outside of Ontario. They gave me a PME boost. I used it on Aaron Rye to take him from 33 to 1 to 42 to 1, which means that everyone gets 42 to 1 on Aaron Rye if they want to. Although it's rich coming from me saying, I don't think Rico Hoey can make enough putts to win a tournament. I'm like, you should bet is Aaron Rye.
Yeah, that's right up the, I mean, I might. There's a non-zero chance that I bet Tony Finau, which is just, I don't know what else to say about that. But you see his number?
He's like 120 right now. There's a range of these guys, and Jeff and I tried to talk it through. It's Finau, Theegala, and Tom Kim. Like Tom Kim is $7,000 on DraftKings, Finau 7,100, and Theegala 7,100. Of those guys, Finau has played well at courses like this before. I just have no idea where he's at right now. But with Tom Kim, I also don't know where he's at the moment skill-wise, but his game fits this course. He was the betting favorite here 2 years ago.
Yeah, yes. The game fits. The form does not. There's also someone named Chandler Blanchett, who I don't know who that is, but that's another story for another time. So
he's a Corn Ferry guy. Yeah. People are liking some Chandelier Blanchett.
Okay. Good shout out to that guy. There are some names though in these pretty decent for betting that I might take a couple stabs at. And honestly, to round out our drafts or our lineups, it's not impossible that those guys are in the pool for me.
Well, let's go off the beaten path here. Tambo will be back next week, or so he tells me, although he's missed 2 shows in a row because he's a very busy man these days, working on a studio, getting stuff together. Hopefully Tambo's back with us next week in order to walk through all this. We usually start with the optimal, which I do have loaded in, but we'll get to that in a second. Who are the guys at the bottom that you're looking at this week? Like guys to round out your lineup, $6,500 players, $7,000 players. Does anyone leap out to you?
So a guy like Bridge, there's a bucket of players, and honestly, like for me, Tuesday, you just kind of get that bucket, and then you start looking at tee times, you start looking at skill set stacks. But you've got like Bridgman is down there, Bud Cauley's down there. For me, Kanaya is still kind of a project of how good he is. I'm not exactly sure. Eckroat, if you're going for a little more aggressive, a scorer. There are guys in this range that couple different events, couple different placements, and they're 7,800, and we're not even blinking an eye.
True. Bridgman would probably top that for me. Clanton, I think, is probably the most aggressive of these plays you can make if you just go for a pure talent play. A guy who had pretty bad form last year, but was just churning out top fives. I think I bet him at 35 to 1 last year at this tournament. Didn't work out. Didn't hit a winner on that one, but now he's down at $7,000. I love Eckroat. I bet Eckroat to win this tournament. So I need no sell job on Austin Eckroat. Hubbard, I don't mind this week, is another one who's down in this range. You mentioned Bridgman, just going down a little bit more. I see a lot of love for Nakajima. I don't know if I'm there as of yet with him. Would you go like the Brian Campbell Dunlap route? Like kind of the two polar opposites, but the same side of the coin where Dunlap can putt, but he can't drive the ball. And Brian Campbell just kind of sucks, except for twice a year, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, how I lost that playoff. I'll never know.
Which one? I got twice by Brian Campbell in playoffs last year.
I got the one, I think that was Pot Guider, right?
Yeah, he beat Pot Geeter at Mexico. He beat Grillo in a playoff at John Deere.
Well, there's 100% certainty I had that one. The one that was more memorable was when he hit it directly out of bounds and Society threw the ball back into the fairway. That was, oh, I forgot how stressful this is, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, you have real aggressive drivers. That's the other thing. Like Toasty is down here, EVR is down here, Cam Davis, Sargent. I might get to some of those real, not that you really need that here. I'd rather keep it out of the thick stuff, to be honest, but there are some names down here.
I spoke with Michael Kim earlier today because I asked him about the rough, that it does seem like it's grown out a little bit more. So I do think that there's going to be a premium more so on accuracy than there already is. Like, this is a pure hit it in the fairway wherever you want. It's a super short course. Then let your irons take over, try to make some putts. That's why I'm not too concerned about Aaron Rai. We've added a feature to the rabbit hole this year that has player comments about the course. And most of what's said about on the greens is if you can get it on the right level, you can kind of make bombs from anywhere. They're not difficult greens to read. It's just you need to be on the right level. So putting and approach play can go hand in hand with that, which is why I like Aaron Rai a little bit. Plus, I've seen him run a hot putter before. He won the Wyndham Championship. He just won a playoff event in Europe against like Rory and Tommy and those guys. He's not playing those guys this week. And this course really does fit his skills a little bit. And when he loses 8 strokes putting, I'm going to feel like an idiot, but here I am. I would probably start. Cam Davis was the first round leader here like 3 years ago, whatever it might be. He's 325 to 1. He's buried in the DraftKings list. He's $6,300. I don't know what happened to Cam Davis, but he just played Pebble Beach well last year. That's where he got that ridiculous up and down from the tree route, which cost me a bunch of money. But that's also another comp course to this place. So I can see getting behind him, but I don't know if you need to go down to 6,300 is the thing.
That's always the question of, what are short slate NFL, PGA weak fields, like great. You get the pick of Russell Henley and Decky and some of those guys, but you don't need to do that. There are so many mid-range plays that are the equity for them to top 5 or top 10 is not that much less than the top names.
It's true. Remember to smash the like button to this episode, sub to Mayo Media Network, and turn those notifications on in case we just decide to go live with some more content, because we're here for you. We're making a big push with golf this year. Adding that Keith. Hey, you've met Keith before, or have you not met Keith? I guess you probably wouldn't have you?
I know him, certainly, but I don't think I've ever met him.
Yeah, he's going to be on the road for half the tournaments on location, so he'll be doing the show from either the press room or out on the course. It's going to be awesome. I'm very excited for it.
I'll be watching, no doubt about it.
He's going to have some good insights you're just not going to find anywhere else. Chandler Phillips is down here at $6,500. I mean, I don't know why I have such a proclivity to just seeing his name and being like, yeah, I think Chandler Phillips is pretty good. Numbers would tell you that he's not very good, but dude makes so many birdies that if you can just catch him on the right week, that's where I'm struggling right now. Like, I want to use all the information I've been talking about for 3 weeks instead of just taking like the plays that I should be taking. Like, I don't think you need to get all that different here. It's going to be like, who do you think the most owned player is going to be this week? Henley?
Yeah, just because salary is there is no really opportunity cost. So probably Henley, yeah.
Well, let's talk about the optimal, because I used the BetSperts Golf DFS simulator to give me the highest scoring lineup it could, and it gave me your main man, Rico Hoey, at $8,100. Hoey might actually end up being the highest owned guy because he's only $8,100.
He was going to be, if you had to make me give another one, that was who I would say, yes.
Rai is at $8,200. Morikawa at $9,800, Bobby Mack at $9,600. Then it rounds it out with Vince Whaley and Max McGreevy, who had a hot fire swing season, played himself into the signature events, at least the first 2, but he's here. He's $6,900. He wouldn't be my preferred option from down here, but the projections really seem to like him.
I get that. Yeah, you've certainly flashed some form, and there's a lot you can do with here. I do kind of like these kind of staggered lineups. You've got 2 in the 9s, 2 in the 8s, basically 2 in the 7s. It's 6,900. So there's going to be builds like that, and then you can flatten or you can extrapolate more where you bump somebody up to Henley and you truly punt something like that. So it's a lot of options this week.
Do you prefer Henley or Griffin?
Henley.
Like with a bullet, like no question about that?
I don't know about no question, but yeah, I mean, I prefer Henley or again, it's not like punting by any stretch or just starting, obviously by default, there's only two 10K guys. So when I say this, it's obvious, but like, or starting with a couple of nines, whether that's Morikawa and Decky, obviously Bobby Mack's in this lineup, but it could even be lower. Like, I don't think it's crazy to start with like Keegan or Maverick if you want.
So I'm looking at the lineups that have been generated so far. I'm just going to sort by who is the most owned here. Chris Kirk has actually been generated in the most lineup so far, followed by Harry Hall, JJ Spawn, Russell Henley, and Hideki Matsuyama. After that, it's Aaron Rye, Nico, Ben Griffin, Mac Meisner, Eric Cole, Nick Taylor, Keegan are all up there. If I just go to the calculated ownership, it'll spit me out Henley, Spawn, Matsuyama, Morikawa, Connors. But I just really think that Hoey ends up breaching it. So if we try to do this, let's take McGreevy out. Do you want to take out Morikawa or McIntyre?
I would kick out McIntyre personally.
All right, let's turn McIntyre into Henley and see what we got cooking here. That only gives us 6,800 left per player. That means we can move down from Morikawa and try to find. I mean, Connors is only $8,600. Why is he less money than Keith Mitchell?
I don't ask questions like that anymore. Yeah, I mean, it's not even the most expensive Canadian. What a world. So
that tracks more considering Taylor's the defending champ and has just played really well at this course. But if we did that, let's say we take down Goddard is right there too. Goddard at 85. No one's going to use Goddard because he's not a great course fit, but he might just be really good.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought he could sustain anything that he did, and he was on that run. And I just saw him playing. I think he was at TGL the other day. I was flicking through the channels.
Yeah, he had a 1-iron at TGL.
I didn't even know that was the thing.
So we can take the lineup that we just had and go Henley, Connors, Hoey, Rye, keep those guys in, and then you can round it out with Griot and Horschel. Winning lineup right there.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Looks like a lineup that I would make, which is you put Gary Woodland in there too, 74.
Well, okay, so at 74, this is a very interesting range because Matt McCarty is going to be popular. I bet Berger to win. I don't think Berger's the safest guy going, but I do like him a lot here. Obviously, a lot of people are betting Mac Meisner. Christoph Reiten is making his debut on the PGA Tour. He's only $7,600. He's the 31st ranked player in the world. So that seems like a pretty good value on him. Michael Kim is $7,300 for some reason. He's behind Neil Shipley.
Yeah, this is actually like a range of it's not even a dark horse winner, but you could see some real. I'm going to attack this range pretty hard. Honestly, what about? I almost called him Samuel Gerard. That's the fugitive. Ryan Gerard, 7,300.
I guess my issue with Gerard is sort of I think for his price, he's great. And I think that he's most definitely a play. I'll be working him into lineups. But he sort of fits that. At 8,100, I don't mind Hoey either. But once we start thinking about guys that just simply can't putt, he's one of those guys.
He really is. The irons are just, if you look at the range, I just feel like his ball striking it's not significantly better, but it's better than most in this range.
Yeah, like if we go to ball striking over the past, 12 months in this field, where would he rank? Ryan Gerard. And he got his win at he's 14th in ball striking. So he's 40th off the tee, 12th in approach, 14th overall in ball striking. Other guys on that list, by the way, in this field, in terms of ball striking. Hoey's number 1, Morikawa, Spawn, Kitayama, who we should talk about at 89. And then the Gim Reaper is just $6,900. He's sitting there, another guy who can't putt to save his life. Rye, Berger, Siwoo, Connors, Goddard, Mitchell, Ben Griffin, Henley, Ryan Gerard, Reiten. And then my main man, Pearson Coody, is sitting there at $7,400. He's 3rd off the tee, 53rd in approach, but dude can putt from time to time. Like he ended last year putting very poorly, but overall through the scope of his young career, he's been very good on the greens.
Kind of reminds me of Pendrith a little bit in some ways. And Pendrith is here, and he's another one. He can get crazy hot with the putter. He makes a lot of putts. Off the tee can be a strength. He has no real identity, but I kind of like those type of builds this week.
Kevin Yu is apparently WD'd from this tournament. He has out next to his name. I didn't even see that come
Okay.
up. Did you?
No, I did not know that.
Let me make sure that this is not fake news about Kevin Yu. This is where I use Rob Bolton for so many things. This would be one thing I would use Rob Bolton for. It'd be the inside source on who won't go. Let's see. Yeah, Kevin Yu withdrew from the Sony Open. So don't use Kevin Yu. It's bad for some of my best ball teams. As long as he ends up playing the Cognizant, I feel like I'm okay with Kevin Yu. But if he's not playing here or Cognizant, what a terrible pick. I had like $500 invested into Ben An too. Terrible idea.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But all right, well, thins out the range a little.
So Griot and Horschel, the other like 2v2 that you can play down here. Like I mentioned, Cootie is here. You could go Cootie, Michael Kim if you wanted to. You could go Michael Kim, Ryan Gerard if you just really want to. Actually, you know what? You could go Michael Kim, 75. You can't get to Wrighton. You can get to Meisner and Berger, though. I think I like that better. Like, as much as I bet Horschel to win this tournament, I also bet Berger to win the tournament. But Berger, Michael Kim, or Berger, Ryan Gerard, I think feels a lot better here.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, this lineup illustrates what we're kind of talking about. Not very rarely, but a lot of times when Scheffler and whatnot, if you play the most expensive player, you're not ending your lineups in the sevens, and you're comfortably doing that here. Like you have the most expensive player in Henley, and your last guy in is 73.
Do you think this will be too common of a build in larger tournaments?
I think it'll be a common build, but there's so many 2v2s that I don't think that in terms of dupe equity, it's not that big because you could build 50 different lineups with this build, no problem. Like with 7,400 guys plus or minus a couple $100.
And if you were worried about this lineup in terms of ownership and really wanted to make it not substantially different, but different enough, I think the move would be just turn Hoey into someone else.
Correct. Like if you 1v1 Hoey with like Denny McCarthy.
Yeah, I see. What you're saying about Denny is how I feel about Brian Harman this week.
Okay. Yeah.
But like they're kind of the same guy.
Okay.
We've also seen winners at PGA National win at this course as well. Field strength, but not so much the PGA National of now where bombers have really taken over, but that's why I liked Eckroat. He's won here and he won in Cabo. Jake Knapp would be the other one I'd be looking at. He's only $7,800. Doesn't seem like a good Jake Knapp course, but I don't hate him.
Yeah, that'd probably be a specific, if I do some like unique builds and lean it towards a different skill set.
Oh, we can try to build. You can keep that in mind. We'll build one of those out, like the prodigious driver guys. Nat played this tournament last year and was T70. So we'll see about him. Nico sitting right there as well. Do you think that Hoey will be paired more with Aaron Rai for $100 more or Nico for $200 less?
Probably Nico.
I would guess the same.
Top of the sevens. People like to do that.
We could try that. And he lost in the playoff here last year. Coastal course, slower greens. Let's give him a try. He makes a ton of birdies. If we do that, we can take Berger up to Wrighton. I want to figure out just how to utilize Wrighton this week because I like him a lot. I don't know about betting him at 75-1 to win. We'll end up being that, but it'll be something close. So you can go Henley, Connors, Nico, Rai, Wrighton, Michael Kim. Now this lineup is, I don't want to say like totally unique, but you're suppressing ownership here now just by removing Hoey.
Definitely. And you have no 9K players at all.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. I just don't see that big of a difference between the 9. Like, if you had to power rank this tournament and like where the drop off is it after Spawn at 95? Like the top 7 guys or 6 guys, Henley, Griffin, Morikawa, Matsuyama, Bobby Mack, and Spawn, they're all kind of the same. And then there's this like little second tier with Siwoo, Keegan. I still don't understand why Connors is so much lower than these guys, but I would throw Connors into that with McNeely. And then there's like another drop off to the rest of the guys.
Yeah, I think that's fair. 95-ish is that line of, yeah, I think less people will start teams $9,400 and below. That's probably going to be a rarity this week.
All right, I'm going to enter this one. We're going to come back and try to build out some more shells to figure out different ways in order to decrease our ownership and try to maximize our upside. But stay tuned. Eat better, train smarter. Maybe stop pretending frozen mystery meat is good enough. And honestly, starting strong is the easiest way when the food doesn't suck to get yourself ready to start the new year. That's where Omaha Steaks comes in. Premium, perfectly portioned protein shipped straight to my door. No guessing, no waste, just legit quality that actually fuels what you're trying to do. I loaded up on their USDA certified tender steaks and gourmet burgers, threw a couple fillets on the grill, which is out my back door, and there's not that much snow, so I can access it pretty easily. Salt, pepper, done, instantly tender. Way more flavor, better texture, zero stress compared to anything I've really cooked before. Let Omaha Steaks deliver high-quality proteins right to your door. Visit omahasteaks.com and get an extra $35 off with promo code MAYO at checkout. That's OMAHA steaks.com, promo code MAYO. Terms apply. See site for details. It's winter and it's cold, at least where I'm at, and I'm spending way more time indoors, aka I'm sleeping more. If you're like me, it's time to upgrade your sleep and switch to Helix. You'll never go back. I took the Helix sleep quiz. It matched me to the right mattress for how I actually sleep, not how some showroom goober thinks I sleep. And since it's been all restful nights, no tossing, no back pain, and my sleep tracking actually backs that up. My deep sleep numbers off the charts, good, way better than before. We've got more than just one Helix in our house now, too. Just threw one in the upcoming baby's room so I can get back to sleep quickly the moment that the baby goes down. Helix builds mattresses for different people, not a one-size-fits-all nonsense, because that wouldn't make any sense. There's free shipping in the United States and a 120-night sleep trial with a limited lifetime warranty. Go to helixsleep.com/mayo for 27% off, site-wide exclusive for listeners of the Pat Mayo Experience. That's helixsleep.com/mayo. Do it now! I want to thank everyone who joined the race for the Mayo Cup during the course of the show. Over the past 21 minutes, we have 71 new entries. So thank you, good people. Smash like while you're here. And if you haven't yet, fantasygolfchampionships.com. The link is in the description to get in. $110K for first place, $1.2 million guaranteed in the prize pool. So go get in now. Ben, you're the guest. Start us off on this next lineup and see how we can fill it out.
Okay, well, we just did a lineup where we were going to the top. I wanna start with a decky lineup and just see what that looks like. A lot of options that way.
So let me throw this out here as well. If we go over to windfinder.com, we can use the Wailea Beach Park / Oahu wind tower. A lot of wind this week. The best it seems to be is like late on Sunday. We're not going to project that out. So early on Thursday and on Friday, we're looking at gusts up to like 20 miles per hour, 22, with a sustained like 20 and 21 miles per hour on Thursday and Friday. Like very early on Thursday is like the one time where it's low. But again, it's going to stop raining and then guys are going to get on the course. The guys earliest out on Thursday might end up getting the best conditions.
Yeah, if I attack first round leaders, I might just really slant it to those guys early.
It's a good call. Do you think you would try to build lineups that way, especially like when we start building lineups? Obviously, correlating with tee time is just one of the stacks you can do. And that's probably an angle to take in those underdog drafts too. When we start doing those, like, do we take 6 a.m. guys?
Yeah, I don't think people think that granular. And I tend with weather. Obviously, it's so fluid, but the weather I weigh the most is Thursday a.m. because it's the closest. Like when you're talking about winds Sunday afternoon, do you know how many things can happen after the tournament locks? It can be a complete disaster. You also have no idea who's playing when. So yeah, Thursday morning wind or lack of wind can be super lucrative.
Do you have any sense of like, do you like to stack the other side? Because I usually do. Like if I'm playing, let's say 50 lineups, I'll make 25 of AM, PM guys, and then I'll probably do 10 the other way and then fill out the rest with like a mix of people.
Yeah, I definitely do that. I also, I will do some full ones, but something I've tried to make sure I do is like, if it's not even close between two players, I'll go 5-1. Like if my favorite player fits the last man in on the range and he's in the wrong wave, like, okay, that's okay. I'll make an exception. It's a slanted stack, but I still have my favorite overall player.
Okay. Hideki at 97 is your first man in. Who follows him in this lineup?
Hmm. Let's double it. Let's go with Spawn.
All right. I'm starting to gear towards Spawn as well, especially with this. If these are some of the easier greens to hit. So like the green and regulation percentage is super high at Waialae, which leads itself to these accurate drivers and then great iron players. So Morikawa theoretically should be awesome at this tournament. But if it turns into a short game fest, don't know if I want Morikawa.
Yeah.
That's where someone
very
like
fair.
that's somewhere where like Harry Hall would all of a sudden be like, all right, Harry Hall is just fancy Denny McCarthy for way more money. But now all of a sudden, maybe we can try to play, well, right down that driving stacks and then like around the green putting stacks with lineups to see how that works. We don't need to throw him in this one, but Spawn kind of does all of this well.
Yeah, again, it's early in the season. We don't have as much to go off of. So to me, leaning on macro skill sets like that is definitely a way to do this.
Spawn Matsuyama, we have $7,700 left. Do you want to pick someone in the 9s, someone in the 8s, or just go low and then see what we have left over?
Let's see. What if we put Goddard up in there?
So you like Goddard up in this lineup?
I do. I just think quality of player.
The only pushback I would have is, could we find the $400 and take Kitayama? Now, I don't know if Kitayama's the better player, but they do similar things. Although Goddard can putt a little bit more sometimes than Kitayama can. But Kitayama loves like this style of course. He loves a coastal track. He loves the wind. I would prefer Kitayama over Goddard this week if I could, but we might not have the money for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the same concept of build, which is like you have two at the top, but you're not isolating either. So like when I get in those situations, I take the guy that's more expensive because if it doesn't work, I have a second out. And if it does, like whatever lineup you build with Kitayama, obviously it'll work with Goddard, but not the inverse.
Well, we could throw Kitayama in this and have $6,700 left. We've already gone through some guys in the 6s we don't hate.
This is why pricing is just so wild here. Like you could do this comfortably.
Let's try it. Let's throw in Kitayama at 89. We have 6,700 left. Like Jeff's guy, Bo Hostler's down here. Don't forget about him.
Yeah, I looked at him and then Marty Dew is down here.
Oh my God, Marty Dew. Was he the guy who got suspended on the Chinese tour?
Yeah.
Who was that guy?
It's either him or Bio. What happened to Bio Kim?
Bio Kim was the Korean tour player, wasn't he? Ooh, wrong tab. There we go. We'll get back there. Yeah, Bio Kim, he was your guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, I love Bio Kim.
He's on the Corn Ferry tour now. Anyway, he's 35 years old at this point. So Chandler Phillips. Oh, Adam Shank, I think, is an interesting conversation. He won during the swing season. I think he was. We just go back and take a look at his last year, see if it's up there. Do we have a Sony? And he scored 105 fantasy points here last year in a T6. And then he was awful, 5th place, awful. Then he wins.
Feast or famine.
So where do you want to go with these 6K guys?
You could go Phillips. If you go Phillips, you'll get $6,900 left. So you have plenty of options if you do it that way. You could go Eckroat or McGreevy.
Yeah, or Chairman Mao. He's sitting right here. Doug Gim is right there. I've seen a lot of buzz for Tricky Ricky Castillo this week. I mean, he wears that shell necklace anyway. Maybe he's an island guy. Who knows?
He might be in tune with the waves and stuff. I respect that. So you could also go.
Oh, go ahead.
No, just if you don't want to do it that way, you could flat it double 67s. For me, it would probably be Kanaya would have to be in there, but
who would be the other
Kanaya
67?
Nakajima, probably Nakajima.
You go Kanaya Nakajima?
Yeah. I mean, I can't get Svensson. Swenson's not a thing, right?
Svensson, sponsored by the same Canadian sports betting company that I am. CoolBet, coolbet.com, where you can get that boost on Aaron Rye if you want to go get it right now. Oh, I also got them to make a market because Jeff asked me on the Monday show. Let's see if you can guess what the market is if you haven't seen it yet. because Vijay Singh is in this field and he has his full PGA Tour card for the year. He enacted this weird archaic rule to allow him to
I
play
saw
in
that.
any tournament that he wants. It's not a signature event. Any random field, he can play in it. If you had to set the line on one top 20 for VJ on tour this year, what would that line be?
And he can play anywhere he wants.
He can play in any tournament. So Puerto Rico Open, that would count.
Minus 150.
Oh, it's priced at Coolbet right now at plus 230.
Well, that's why I don't make the odds.
It sounds like that's a good bet to you with the man who's turning 63 next week.
Yeah, I mean, I may have removed 10 to 15 years of his. If you asked me how old Vijay Singh was, I would have said like 54. So that's not a good sign. But I mean, how many chances do you think he gets? Like, you expect him to play like 20 times?
Probably 15 to 20 times. Yeah.
Okay. 20 top 20 shots. I mean, some of them you have almost no equity, but you could do worse than that. Like, I bet he makes 5 cuts.
Maybe. So I'm looking at the top 20 percentage because the rabbit hole at betsportsgolf.com/Mayo to get yourself the discount has the top 20 odds for this tournament through the simulations. Like JJ Spawn rates out as the best top 20 player in the field. He's at 49.3%. If we go searching for one Mr. VJ, let's see here.
2%.
VJ's top 20 equity is 0.5% in this tournament.
That could be a problem. Or you could say that you're telling me there's a chance. So maybe he just gets it done right here.
If you had to guess for win equity in this tournament, who do you think the top 5 are per simulations?
For win equity, Henley.
Yep. Yeah, he's number 2.
Decky.
Number 3.
Morikawa.
Morikawa's number 6.
Ooh. Bobby Mack.
Bobby Mack's 4. Spawn's 1 and Ben Griffin is 5. So the guys that you would guess, the guys that you wouldn't guess, Kitayama is 8th. Matt McCarty is 11th. And Jake Knapp is like 14th. And Keith Mitchell is 15th. Although having Keith Mitchell win a tournament is going to be tough. Although he has played really well here in his career.
Yeah, I mean that. But there you go. You get some discrepancies in terms of win equity versus price.
The problem is Keith Mitchell's price is ludicrous. Like, who is going to play Keith Mitchell at $8,700?
Yeah, I mean, he has a million things working against him, including that the price is bad, and then he's sandwiched between Connors and Kirk, which are players that people want to play.
Oh, so someone called our lineup the kamikaze lineup. That's insensitive, people. The chat being insensitive out here. Oh, the guy that we were thinking about was Xingzhu Zhang, the Chinese bad boy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. See, we're just poor Marty Dew catching strays.
Yeah. I still found it fascinating that Liv is still signing all these guys, yet they never made a play for Hao Tong, who's in this tournament, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, you would have thought he's the clear best Chinese golfer, right?
It's not even close. It's him,
Yeah,
and then there's your guy, Marty Dew, and then Xingzhu Zhang.
Yeah, I always think that there's more Chinese golfers than there. Remember that there was a guy in Europe he's got to be too old now. I think his name was Wu Ashan or something.
Oh, Ashan Wu.
All right, I flipped his name, but I think he was Chinese.
He is, but I think he's still going.
Okay, well maybe they could get him.
He is 2 months younger than me. He was born in June of '85, so he's getting up there in years.
All right, well, it's shout out to that guy.
So since pricing is so relatively soft, how many Henley Griffin lineups do you think there's going to be?
I mean, you could definitely do it. It's not hard to build. It's just a matter of you're going to almost certainly punt the 9K range if you do it. You don't have to, but you basically will be straight punting if you go to a 9.
You can straight punt the eights too. You can go Henley, Griffin, Cootie, Berger, Gerard, Michael Kim. That's not a bad lineup.
I love lineups like that, hybrid balanced. I always call them like you have superstars up top, but you're landing in the sevens still.
Because once we get to 73, that's where Vince Whaley is, Sam Stevens, Ryan Gerard is $7,300. Like, I don't mind Alex Smalley. I like him as a concept. I don't know whether or not I really want to use Alex Smalley. Maybe at a course where you can like fling it out there a little bit more. Like Hao Tong at an accuracy course is not something I really want a big part of. But once we get past the 73 number, there's no one I really like just below here. Like I don't envision myself playing very many 7,200 or 7,100 guys. The only guy would actually be John Perry, who is making his first start over here after earning his full PGA Tour card coming over from Europe. He's good at these accuracy courses that maybe he is a pivot off of like this range of $7,300 to $7,500 guys that, Finau is going to get a little bit, Tom Kim's going to get a little bit just because of the name value that goes with them. But John Perry might actually be the better out here.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of an unknown. And you mentioned some of the form. What about Seamus?
I just can't get there with Seamus. Ron released the best wind players over the past 20 rounds, and Power was inside the top 10, like great in the wind. Just, I can't recall the last time Seamus Power was good. Can you?
Bermuda, I think.
Oh, wow. He actually has back-to-back T11, T7 to end the swing season. In my face.
He's heating up. I remember Bermuda. I don't remember RSM, but I don't know. Seamus is not going to be popular whatsoever, and there are a couple of strands, that you could pull on that are somewhat optimistic on him.
So the weather would be the one thing. I haven't looked. I have no idea how he's played at Waialae over the years. Let's take a look here. Take a gander.
It's
on
bad.
that.
I'm pretty sure.
That's the one thing. Like Rye is one of them. I feel like Rye's talent can overcome. Oh yeah, he was okay. So it's really weird with Power. So he's missed the cut 3 times. He's finished outside the top 45 3 times, and he's come in third.
I don't remember him coming in third, but okay.
2022. Seamus Power's been on tour for ages.
Yeah, I know. He's been around.
Well, this is
2022?
Yeah, 2022, he was T3. This is really interesting, just taking a look at his overall performance since, he got cut at the Barracuda, cut at the ISCO in those alternate events, teed it up for the 3M Open. He hasn't missed a cut since. He's gained on approach most weeks, and we're not talking about a little bit either. We're talking about 2, 2.5, 4 on approach. He's gaining off the tee. He's chipping well. Like he's either chipping poorly and putting poorly, or chipping well and putting well. You might be onto something here with Seamus Power.
The water's warm. Little Seamus action. So
Seamus, I'll write down Power and Perry as those two guys who I think are nice pivot points in that low $7,000 range off of either the bigger names or this collection of names that we're talking about mainly at, from 73 to $7,600. So I'm going to enter this lineup. Let's try to get a bit crazy. Let's play that all around the green lineup and see how that can work for us. Off the top of your head, who do you like? Denny, I'm guessing.
Yes, Denny comes to mind. Harry Hall kind of comes to mind.
Denny, Hall, Hideki.
Who the hell else is up? What about like Messier? I feel like he's pretty good with that stuff.
Mac Meisner, number 9 in this field around the green over the past 12 months.
Okay.
And we still have 7,300 left. So the guys that we didn't use is number 1, Keegan Bradley, Patton Kezire's 3, Bo Hostler, Russell Henley, Harry Hall, who we've used, Siwoo, Malnati, Meisner, Kanaya, Sam Stevens is up there, Chandler Phillips, Adam Svensson, Vince Whaley. I think Vince Whaley's a pretty good play here.
I can get down with that. He was in the original lineup you had up on your screen.
Then that leaves us sort of in no man's land here.
Play Spieth, the original Magic Beans.
He only rates 16th over the last year around the green. Let's throw Spieth in. Do you like Spieth this week?
Not particularly, but I think he always has an out, and I'm fine with like getting to him in some just like flyer lineups like this.
I think he's a nice ad because Adam Scott's in his range. Goddard's there. Rye's there. Obviously, I like Rye. I like Hoey. I like Harmon. But I don't like them so much that I couldn't use Jordan Spieth in this spot.
Exactly. I feel the same way.
All right, so let's chuck him in there. Let's do the big driver lineup. Who are the good drivers in this field? Spawn's a good driver. Keegan's a good driver. Kitayama, Goddard. Now we're down to 6,900. Although it shouldn't be that hard to find guys from the bottom who drive the ball really well. Like Kevin Roy drives the ball really well.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of dudes. Yeah, Kevin Roy, and maybe like I'm just scrolling Smotherman is in this field, right?
The Smother Man. Here we go.
Doesn't he drive it?
Well, let's see. Strokes gained off the tee over the past 12 months. Goddard, Hoey, Cootie. So let's throw those guys in. Goddard.
Oh yeah, Cootie.
Yes, and Cootie. He's one of 4 players who averages over 305 yards off the tee and hits over 65% of his fairways.
Seems promising.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So Celinda at 63, Kitayama's next, Keith Mitchell, Pendrith at 76 actually works perfectly here. That's not inconsistent. Like Keegan Bradley comes top 10 at this tournament every single year.
Starting sub spawn is going to be wildly different.
Yes. And I don't know if these are the right types. Like, how much do you think that extra distance really means at this course?
Not a ton.
Yeah, that becomes the issue, right?
Yeah, I don't like, to me, if you were taking a weird skill set, the around the green skill set stack has, I think, a lot more potential than this, but weird stuff happens. I don't know, maybe the weather's nasty and you have to club down or club up or do something weird that I'm not thinking of.
So if we play a different type of skill stack and we just go guys who are rated very highly in accuracy, yet also rate out really good around the greens, a new guy on tour, Emilio Gonzalez, rates out the best of anyone. He's second in accuracy and 22nd off the tee, but that's only in 4 weighted rounds, so I don't know how much we'll put into that. David Ford rates out really well, and he is the Luke Clanton of this year. Like, he got his tour card through PGA Tour U. He was the best college player. He made a run at Utah a little while ago, but super accurate off the tee.
All right. Where'd he go to college?
And now you're asking questions that have no answer, Ben.
That's true. I need to judge it solely off where he went to college.
University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill.
Okay, that's the fighting Ben Griffins. Yep. What happened to the kid? What happened to Jackson Coyville? Where is he? He's just not playing?
He's just in college. He's still an amateur.
They should bring him in.
Yeah, he's good. Like, he's very good.
Oh, he's very good. Yeah.
So other guys who qualify for this, Aaron Rye and Takumi Kanaya. So we'll throw them in. Aaron Rye also happens to hit his irons very, very well. That's like when I made the pitch on Rye, it's the 4 things that you really want at this tournament. You want to have good both course history and play really well at comp courses. You want to be a great putter. You want to be a great iron player, and you want to be super accurate. Now, Henley does all of those things. Aaron Rye does 3 of those things, but he's 4 times the odds. So, just pray it's one of those weeks where he actually putts, and all of a sudden you're looking good.
Yeah, and that's the I know you've talked about this. I've talked about this. Like, you can't suddenly drive at 330, but you can suddenly putt well for a little while. So it's the flukiest of all those metrics.
So Henley rates out pretty well on this. And then we're down to 83, where it's Rico Hoey. Once again, Rico Hoey's, when I ran the comp, and I wrote this up in the 200 facts you need to know, Rico Hoey essentially is Scotty Scheffler if Scotty couldn't chip or putt.
Well, he's got half of it. I guess that's a start. He's going to fit so many builds this week, and I totally get why.
Oh, Siwoo is kind of the other one. We'll take out Henley. We'll put in Siwoo because he's just better overall ranked off the tee. Then that gives us $9,200. Who's the next like top end guy? It's actually Connors when we're looking at it. So the lineup of like the pure accuracy, but still like Brian Campbell, for example, is a very accurate player. He gains like nothing off the tee ever because he's so short.
Yeah, I mean, that guy defies all the odds. So
So we end up with $600 on the table. So we could improve somewhere. We could improve off Kanaya if we really wanted to. Who's there? Michael Brennan rates out pretty well in this. Actually, Griot rates out really well in this. We'll throw in Griot in the Kanaya spot. Actually, doesn't fit.
I think we're short.
Yeah, we're short by $100. That's too bad.
Typical. Who?
I said that's too bad.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. Griot, what are you gonna do?
Gerard actually fits this. Gerard is 34th in accuracy and 40. Actually, Pearson Cootie. Oh, he also doesn't fit. Damn it. He's 36th in accuracy, 3rd in strokes gained off the tee. Smalley. Alex Smalley, $7,200. He's 33rd in accuracy and 12th off the tee. You know what I'll use? This is where I'll use John Perry. I think that's the better look here instead of
What
Gerard.
about Jordan Smith?
Jordan L. Smith?
Jordan L. Smith. That's right.
I feel like he hits the ball a ton. Now I have to search like 2025 DP World Tour stats. Although, as Noonan told us on the draft show that we're doing, the rabbit hole, as currently constituted, is now primed for DP World Tour data, which should be filtered in over the next few months or so. That's good news.
That's definitely helpful. Yeah, I mean, that's the type of guy, I don't know a ton about him, but if you told me, like, say one thing about Jordan L. Smith, I would say I'm pretty sure he has good off the tee.
Yeah, I don't know whether that's accuracy or he was 17th in strokes gained off the tee last year on the DP World Tour. But what does that mean for us? Where can we go? Driving accuracy.
Yeah.
Jordan L. Smith. Oh, Ryan Gerard. Jordan Smith. Jordan Smith was 22nd in driving accuracy last year, actually.
Okay.
And John Perry was 45th. And that's both a big positive for him versus the field. So do you want to go with Jordan Smith over John Perry?
That's another, again, if you're looking for just a guy that it's a true flyer and not a lot of people are going to play, and I think there are some data points that point to him.
I'm actually shocked that Berger didn't pop up on this list. Maybe I just wasn't looking hard enough. Where's Berger? Berger is 22nd in accuracy and 16th off the tee. That's pretty good.
That's not bad at all.
Can we fit him in somewhere? Not really with the price points that we'd have. We'd have to lose Rye in that total. But still, I don't mind. This is like just trying to work backwards this way, I think is an interesting practice just to see what the lineups that you end up with. And here you end up with 2 9s with Morikawa and Siwoo, 2 8s with Connors and Rye. Then you go Jordan Smith as a flyer, and then David Ford as a flyer, but he's popped in the past. I mean, he does have a top 5 within the past 3 months.
You do worse than that.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to go like a 999? Do we want to just... Can we play that, like pick the 1-9 guy and then fill it out with 8s? Because I feel like if you do, let's say we start with Keegan, for example. You could build out the rest of this lineup with a team in like this $8,000 range, a 9 and 5 8s that looks about like on paper. When you see the names, you'll be like, okay, this is just as good as a Henley lineup, honestly.
Yeah, what you save at the top. I mean, you could pepper the entire 8K range if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can go Keegan with Harmon, Hoey, Rye, Nico, and Spieth.
Yeah, there's a lot of tournaments where that would not be possible.
And this is the type of tournament when you looked at the leaderboard, you're like, oh yeah, those are the 6 guys inside the top 10.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Any other notes on DraftKings lineups this week?
No, I mean, I think the biggest thing you hit on earlier, you don't need, if you like someone in the low 6s, more power to you, but I don't think forcing those guys in to open up salary is really pertinent this week.
No, you can make it work any way that you want. There is some breaking news from the world of football. You excited for this?
Oh boy, what happened?
Mike Tomlin stepped down as Steelers coach.
Oh, Mike Tomlin stepped down as Steelers coach. Okay. So they both. So the Ravens Steelers game wasn't an eliminator for the coaches. It's just all coaches involved were gone. Okay.
If you had told me at the beginning of the year that Zach Taylor would be the last man standing in the AFC North, I would not have believed you.
Me neither. And then I would have said, that's great for my Cincinnati futures, but somehow they were awful and he's still the last man standing, which makes absolutely no sense.
I tried explaining this one to Cust a little while ago because they're like, yeah, Zach Taylor should be fired. I don't disagree that he should be fired because he's done nothing with it. He got like him getting to that Super Bowl bought him way too much equity. But the Browns are the Bengals are just so goddamn cheap that they're not going to fire anyone.
No, the Bengals are the Bengals.
You ready for one of these underdog drafts?
Yeah, I absolutely am. I'm very interested to see how this goes.
So apparently there's going to be a Pat Mayo experience open for this. I don't know when it's going to come out. Might start next week, but it's going to be a rake-free contest, and now it's not loading at all. There we go. Maybe it's out. No, it's not. So the Underdog Open. So the rules of this are you compete against 6 players, and you draft 6 golfers. That's it. They're super fast drafts. This Underdog Open is $10 to play. Let's see here. The five grand for first place, 2,500 for second, just over 1,000 for third. And you can like upload a CSV if you want to play it that way. You can build your rankings directly on the Underdog site. That's what I did for that big scramble tournament. The big scramble is like not even half filled. The $10 scramble is going to probably fill by midday tomorrow. The bigger scramble for $50 entries just not getting there. I ran 2 PME opens on Underdog and they both filled like instantaneously. If you're not on Underdog, code Mayo, by the way, will get you a deposit bonus of up to $1,000. Plus, if you play $5 in the pick'em game, you instantly get $75. So yeah, it's a reason to go do it. And we'll do some of these drafts on the show every single week. It'll be fun to do. So let's play one of these $10 entries. Disable developer mode. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Ben, you look like a nerd. Tell me what that means.
I was going to say, well, because I have my headphones on, I'll give you a very, very intricate breakdown of what that means.
So I don't know why this isn't working. Great.
Society just doesn't want me on the show.
Underdog's like, hey, you should do some drafts on the show. I'm like, perfect. I love doing drafts. Let me try one. Wrong. Chrome says, not a chance, pal.
No, can't be a developer.
Let's see here. Well, I wonder if I open it in a different browser. Will that work? Thrilling content at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Just right in my wheelhouse of.
All right, let's try this again. We'll try it in Safari, see if that works.
Oh, yes.
My Safari is just not loading well at all here. Oh, let's try it one more time. Underdog Open, Sony Open.
Hot damn.
I did one of the.
No.
What is developer mode? Maybe the chat will know. The chat can fill me in on whatever the hell developer mode is.
Chat knows stuff.
No, the chat's just still busy talking about Mike Tomlin. Well, this is just great. Well, I really wanted to do one of these drafts, and it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to do it.
I was very interested. I
wonder if I can't. I don't even think I can screen share my phone up to everything right now, because that's probably the easiest way to do it. I have found that with Underdog drafts, that doing it from your phone is just way easier. You know what? Let me ask ChatGPT what the hell developer mode is.
I was just gonna do that.
What is developer mode in Chrome? Using something with JavaScript.
Yes, of course.
Oh, yes. I have to right-click something. Chrome extensions. This isn't for me. I now feel like cussed. I'm reading the stuff. It's like there's no way I'm able to process this in real time and try to do it.
Oh.
I tried using AI. This draft is not powered by AI, unfortunately. That's not good for me. Someone just said, are you using Chrome? I am using Chrome. I don't even think I have Firefox on this computer. I don't even think I downloaded it.
Netscape Navigator.
Yeah, if we can get some Netscape on the go, I'm good to go. But No, unfortunately, we're not going to be doing the underdog draft. Maybe I'll test it out later. Maybe we'll do one with Keith on tomorrow's show or at my other office when I do the live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday night. Maybe I can throw some up then. You know what? Instead of doing the underdog draft right now, go throw another entry into the one and done, Ben. That's easy stuff.
That we control, no doubt about it. Yeah, it's a great time for golf. There'll be plenty of drafts, I have no doubt. But yeah, I'm excited to see it all get started.
What if you I mean, you're going to play in the one and done. Who do you think that you would use this week? See, this guy answered me: "Is developer mode allows you permissions to make changes, but put your computer at risk for bugs." That doesn't help me get the draft up on the screen.
No. Who would I use? Honestly, I might use Chris Kirk.
Yeah, why we didn't put Chris Kirk into any of these lineups? Why do you like Chris Kirk so much?
I just feel like he fits a lot of what I want to do. I think the price is reasonable, no glaring weakness. Yeah, I don't know. Certainly likes Hawaii, certainly likes this place. He checks a lot of boxes. I'm not sure where he fits in for the rest of the season for me. Maybe it's too aggressive. Maybe I should just go with like you know, I don't. That's like even Kitayama. Maybe I'll just use Kitayama off what you recommend.
That's what Jeff ended up going with. I ended up taking, I can't remember if I took Rye or Burger. Like, would this be a spot where you would burn a Ben Griffin? Because it seems like how often is Ben Griffin, like when we get to the bigger money tournaments, for example, whether it be the Players Signature event, how often is Ben Griffin going to be 14-1 in a tournament?
So this is a leak of mine in one and done where I'm like, oh, well, I can't pick like one of the favorites. And it's like, what am I saving that guy for? Like, why am I not going to use him when his win equity is basically as high as it's going to be all season, unless I think he's going to take a massive step? And I don't necessarily think that's the case. Like, this is probably as good as it gets in terms of being one of the favorites for a guy like that.
So I'm just going to run through because someone said that Siwoo Kim is getting no love. I tend to agree. I like Siwoo this week. Obviously, I like Siwoo every week. He's won at this course before. His skill set is the skill. Like, if you can get the spike putting week out of Siwoo, he's perfect for this course, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Siwoo is kind of anytime you're the next guy after the quote unquote drop off, and I think a lot of people feel that way, me included. There's always some utility there.
So looking at it right now, like my hunch was correct on Keith Mitchell. He projects to be the lowest owned guy above $7,700 at like 4%. Just no one is. It's hard to click Keith Mitchell at $8,700 if you see the other names around him. After that, Siwoo, Bobby Mack, and McNeely seem to be the ones everyone's avoiding above $9,000. Does that track to you?
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty reasonable. And it's not, I don't think people necessarily hate those plays. There's just guys that are clearly in slightly better spots at the same price point.
Yeah, for example, like Bobby Mack's just getting squeezed because Hideki's one is $100 more than Spawn is $100 less. And I already told you that when we ran the simulation, Spawn had the best chance of winning this tournament. So that makes a ton of sense to me.
Again, when you're in the sandwich spot like that, it's the same situation as Keith Mitchell, even though Keith Mitchell is also, I think, overpriced on top of that.
Yeah, his pricing just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Well, let me try this then. Let's go back to DraftKings for a second. I want to build one of these lineups, the tournament simulation line. If we just try to jam as much win equity as we can into a lineup. Let's see if I can even chuck this up on the screen right now. There we go. So Henley, Spawn, actually I'll sort by win equity. That probably helps. So Spawn and Henley would be 1 and 2. So let's throw Spawn into a lineup. So Spawn's number 1 because it's obviously going to be all the highest price guys. So let's see where we can save money. And if we start going down, Connors and Kitayama are up there as well, along with Hideki, Bobby Mack, and all the guys that we talked about. But those ones are a little bit cheaper. Then Matt McCarty would be next. So if we go Connors, Kitayama, Matt McCarty. Are you prepared for Matt McCarty to be way better than Denny McCarthy?
No. That's not a world that I'm willing to live in.
I was really hoping that there's a guy on the Corn Ferry Tour. His name is Dan McCarthy. That he would
Oh, that's
somehow
too
get his
much.
tour card and just confuse the hell out of everyone.
I already have too many of those.
So Rico and Pendrith probably fit this lineup the best of like win equity guys. Rico, Pendrith doesn't quite fit. I wonder who the best $7,400 guy is.
Griot. Can't
It
put a
might-
price on Griot's win equity.
Look, there's your boy Chris Kirk, Eric Cole. Oh, look, even bigger favorite of yours, Patrick Rogers pops up.
Sure. There we go.
P-Rog fits. I'm shocked Griot actually isn't up there. There's Wrighton, there's Whaley, Smalley, Adam Scott. This is a tough one. Denny McCarthy, 0.9% win equity. How are you feeling about that?
Not great, because I don't think the number I got was in the 100 to 1 range.
What did you get? 50?
Yeah, I think around 50.
Classic.
Something classic Denny.
So yeah, Spawn, Connors, Kitayama, Matt McCarty, Hoey, and Patrick Rogers. Patrick Rogers having anything over like 0.0001% win equity is hilarious, but here he was.
This is his moment. Can't win them all if you don't win the first one.
This is true. All right. So yeah, that will be our lineup for the win equity lineup. If that's the way we want to go. Ben, tell everyone about Tails, because I think it's a really cool concept.
Yeah, I've been having a blast though. It's just a great place to sift through all the noise. You find bets, people are posting them, and the big thing there, you can click it in one button and you're in. So I put out a parlay, you get your notifications, you can sort by the games. And if you want to tail it, you just press tail and you're in business. And then obviously great community sweat. So if you do like betting, you don't want to sift through gambling Twitter and the nonsense there, get over to Tails right on OddChopper. Come tail some bets, some golf bets. I'll be dropping my golf card on their one and done pick every week. I'll be putting it on Tails because I need to win the Mayo Cup this year.
Having $110,000 in your pocket isn't bad.
That would be useful is the word that comes to mind. Yes.
Yeah. Like I really need to come like first, second, and third with my 3 entries. Then I'll be feeling very good.
Yeah, if I do that, I will get back to even on some of these players. So that is the goal this year.
Code Mayo at Underdog will get you that deposit bonus. Fantasy Golf Championships race for the Mayo Cup, one and done, starts Thursday for the Sony Open. $250 per entry. That's $8 per week. Please help me fill it up. The link is in the description. You can find it at fantasygolfchampionships.com. Tambo should be back next week, and I will be back with Keith Stewart on Wednesday morning. I'll be live Wednesday evening if you have any questions about golf in general. Plus, the Spread Pick Show will be hitting your timeline sometime on Tuesday evening. So stay tuned for all of that here on the Pat Mayo Experience, sub to Mayo Media Network, so you don't miss a minute. All right? See you next time.